Hello, 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 my vampire squad. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. And today we're going to be going over some entitled people stories as a change of pace. I hope you enjoy the chaos that ensues. And hey, if you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, our first story is an entitled mom destroys my violin after she sees my computer filled with quote-unquote sATaNIc cartoons. Straight to the point. OP lives in a large house, so the whole fam decided to have a family reunion at their house. So they get the house ready. They clean the whole house of dangers, aka sharp blades, glass tables, things like that. I put up a sign on my room that no one can go in but me, and I lock it with 2 locks. Key and high lock, but also because I have a lot of expensive JP and anime merch. Day of the reunion is going smoothly. Only a broken glass, and then my aunt arrives with her Hellspawn, and he immediately wants to go to play Minecraft, and Aunt says to let him into my room to go play. I say no, because I'm locked out and my key is hidden. She says okay. She needs to go in there to get something, and I unlocked it, and Hellspawn comes running behind and sees all my stuff. HS, Hellspawn, EM, entitled mother, you, uncle, and them. EM comes in and says, after looking around,
"What the hell is this sATaNIc shit?"
Me, what this is my room, and I like anime. I tell mom,
Just go away, he's possessed. Get rid of these sATaNIc cartoons.
entitled mother looks and sees a poster of Kaguya.
Why are you like this?
Me, stop. This is my house. I decide what goes on my walls, and not you. Uncle, what the hell is going on? And tell mom,
He is possessed by Satan and worships these things.
me, I came in here to get something and she's screaming at me. Uncle, entitled mom, get out of his room. Entitled mom,
No, I will get rid of Satan.
entitled mom sees the violin and takes it and throws it onto my shelf. The violin cost me $5,000 and she just destroyed it. Me, get out of my house, or I will crack your ribs. Uncle, get out. And tell mom,
Just come here, we need to leave.
and they leave, but not without shouting 1,000 curse words of death at me. Anime reference intended. Uncle offered his old violin he never used, and I said no, because I didn't need it. Needless to say, I'm no longer having a family reunion at my house. Oh my gosh. OP. Oh boy, that's just a pile of work. I hope your, that entitled mom, guess what's coming to her? Next story. Beer virus Karen wants vaccine. OP works in a COVID response and currently manages a mass vaccination clinic. They have an online registration system that clearly defines the requirements for eligibility. You must live in this geographic area, you must be older than 65, or you must be a frontline healthcare provider. ID is required at the door. Simple, right? No. In comes Karen, noticeably distressed at having to deal with, others. She and her SO come up to the check-in table, and she's asked for ID. She tosses down a card of some sort to one of my workers, which is clearly not a legal ID. No address or birth date is on it. The worker tells her that if she needs a legal ID. Heavy sigh. Shows ID with thumb over birth date. W. I need to verify your date of birth. K.
It doesn't matter. I live with him.
Pointing at SO. W. It does matter, actually, because today we are only vaccinating those people over 65, regardless of household.
I drove a really long way to get here, says Karen. I'm here now. Just give me the shot. I have an appointment.
Worker, I cannot check you in if you're under 65. Karen.
Well, it doesn't matter because I am a healthcare provider. Now, she's kicked to me.
I pull up her online registration. Well, she clearly lied. Date of birth is wrong. Do you live in... No, that's wrong. Are you over 65? That's wrong. It says nothing about being a healthcare provider. She doesn't know what I'm seeing this, and I ask what her job is as a healthcare provider. She says CNA. I ask what agency she works for. She's in private practice for a few quote-unquote elite clients. I ask for an OPT of her license, a business card or anything that will support her claim. Karen be like,
I don't carry that around. Who does? Just give me the shot. I'm here and I drove a really long way.
I tell her that I'm deleting her appointment and giving it to somebody who qualifies. I then tell her that while I would like to believe her about the CNA claim, I can't because of her blatant lies on the application. Then I tell her that if she had just gone to the clinic where she actually lived, she would have gotten a shot because they vaccinate household members. But since she didn't, Essa was getting his shot, which means she could no longer get one with him at that location. She spent the rest of the time with her SO while texting madly on her phone. I can't wait to see what shows up on Facebook. I love how they're like full knowing of what's gonna happen on Facebook. Like, I can't wait to see what shows up. Nice. And for our last story, a Karen threatens to sue us when I was 13 for skating and not helping her. So, when OP was 13, they were a skater, but they still loved dirt bikes. So this happened when they were just skating in the park lot. So this parking lot was with 3 stores: Target, Hobby Lobby, and Dollar General. We went to the Dollar General parking lot because it was always empty back to the story. So a car pulls up to the Dollar General parking lot, but goes to Hobby Lobby. We honestly think that's a bit weird and cuckoo. Ryan, why did that lady park here instead of the Hobby Lobby parking lot? LP, the writer. Dude, I have no clue. We go back to skating for 15 minutes, and we see a lady in her mid-40s walking back to her car. She gets 2 feet from her car and looks at me and Ryan. This is what she said.
You two are the most disrespectful kids I've ever seen. When you see an old person struggling to walk across this huge parking lot.
Well, I mean, you walked across the parking lot fine. And walked in the store, and you're really that old. If you were really an old lady, I would have helped you.
How dare you! I'm going to call your school, and I'm going to get you suspended or expelled. I can't believe you.
Ryan. Oh, get a load of this malarkey. Karen looks at Ryan, laughing. And
what's so funny?
No, the fact that you can get us in trouble at school is the funniest thing I've ever heard. OP. Laughing as well now. Karen.
What are you laughing at?
OP, through laughter. Come on, dude, let's go. Karen.
My husband is a lawyer. I'll sue you for disrespecting me.
I just remembered that looking at my old skateboard. Hope you enjoyed. Oh boy, we did, OP. Quite the good story you got there. The ridiculous in that lady. You wanna sue a 13-year-old, you'll get laughed out of court, lady. And here is a small bonus story from yours truly. One time I was in a parking lot. My grandmother has a handicap plate, right? The people who were going into the store while I was waiting for my grandmother in the car, because laws required me to stay behind while the grandmother would go in for, I don't know, just some handicapped parking laws. Anywho, some entitled person comes over and starts screaming at me. I tell them, look at the back of the car, there's a handicap placard. She goes to look and completely ignores that it was even on there, and begins screaming at me that her husband is even more disabled than I am, and deserves a spot more. I'm like, not my car. And then when I said that, she proceeded to call the police on me, because she's like,
You stole the car.
I'm like, no I didn't, I just was driven here. I'm on the passenger seat. Can't you just see that I'm trying to be reasonable here? Needless to say, when my grandmother came out, oh, battle the Karens! Is what I wish I could say happened, but she got all flustered and apologized, and then the police came and none of us were there, so I apologize to the police people out there for wasting their time with a Karen. Anyway, that sums it up for this day. I hope you all enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.